Hi, I'm Meenakshi Shedde, South Asia consultant to the Berlin Film Festival. We're at the Berlinale Palast here in Berlin, and it's a great privilege to have with us Haobam Paban Kumar.
Hi.
Thank you for being with us. So he's the director of Loktak Lairembi, Lady of the Lake, which is playing here in the Forum in Berlinale. What does it mean to you to be in the Berlinale with your first fiction film?
It's very rare, and it's a very it's an honor actually to have my first film that's in Berlin in the Forum. It's very it's an honor. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
The film has been to the Busan Festival. It won the Best Indian Film at the Mumbai Film Festival, and now it's at a European premiere. We've just come away from one of its screenings in the Berlin Festival. So, what is the difference in the response you've gotten at different places to the film, and here in Berlin?
Berlin is fantastic. My first premiere in house full. I never expected that, and the audience said they were there throughout the Q&A, and fantastic Q&A by Dorothy, and yeah, we had a nice Q&A today also with you.
But tell us, in what way the audience is engaged differently, because a lot of filmmakers really like the Q&As here in Berlin in particular. But tell us your specific experience. What kind of things did they ask?
All kind of things. Even the treatment of a film, which is which common audience might not, even the structure. They were talking about the structure of the film, how you, and even the treatment, how you evolve the treatment. It's not very usual for audience to ask those kind of questions, and they were there. They set out. They were sitting throughout the Q&A, even after the screening. It was amazing. Yeah.
So Pawan, the film has a tremendous stillness in it.
Yeah.
Also in the dialogues, which are really minimalist, but also there's hardly any music at all, and there's also stillness of the camera and the way you place the camera and allow things to move. Is this, which is the opposite of what Indian filmmaking is about, chattery, noisy, lots of dialogues, wall-to-wall dialogues, and this is exactly the opposite model from the same country. It's very special to our cinema to have such stillness.
Okay.
Is that a conscious aesthetic decision? Did it grow from the material? How did you arrive at that?
I think it's part of my life. We haven't been seeing much film on such kind of treatments, probably because in Indian cinema we haven't been seeing much of films from Northeast, maybe.
Exactly.
It's about the people there, the people, the way I am, and it's also about the place, the lake where this is very strongly there, and that has to come in the film. And somehow I think it also evolved with the filmmaking process. Yeah.
What was your brief to the cameraman, Shenad Jalal?
In documentary, I think I've been doing documentaries for a long time, and what really works in documentary for me is about holding the shot, not really cutting it in between. Even if, like, suppose the camera is on me, so if someone talks, I don't need to really run for that. I don't need to really pan. The sound itself is enough, and the reaction on my face, that's enough. That's very cinematic for me, and somehow it brings the feeling out of the scene very well. Yeah.
It's very minimalist. You were talking earlier, you made a very interesting point about why you did not want to use music in a film. For an Indian filmmaker, that's a dangerous situation, I should say,
Yeah.
or rather revolutionary, not dangerous, very revolutionary idea. Why did you not want to use music in the film?
No, it's a very conscious thing, because I believe that music is very strong, and I frankly speaking, I don't know music very well. That's also one of the reasons. But then, whenever I tried to use music in my documentary, last documentary I used one music that was there throughout the. Just one music was there throughout the film, and I played it only twice, at the beginning and then in the titles. But then it's really difficult to find the right music for a film, and somehow being a documentary filmmaker, I'm more into not into artificial things.
Yes.
So I'm more into realistic, and somehow I for me this film was about creating the ambience through the sound, creating the music. Music will be there through the ambience of the place. So
You
yeah.
said some time ago that you were afraid of music, so it could actually overwhelm your work, did you think?
Afraid in the sense, visually it can the music music I think is very strong. So somehow, if you can't balance this visual and the music properly, there is always a chance that the music will be always higher than the visual, and that I don't want to do.
Very true. That's actually quite a revolutionary idea in Indian cinema. That you're absolutely right. So Pavan, for me, the women were incredibly powerful in the film. But I think from what I've observed of your society as well, they are extremely courageous, and they were at the forefront of this violence by the government, despite there being a stay order on not removing their houses. There were these big earth movers removing them nonetheless, so completely illegal. And there were women at the forefront trying to prevent it. And not that the men didn't participate, but they were like really, somehow it seemed more the women were in taking charge of the situation. Does that come from your society? Was it more fictionalized? Where does that come from?
No, it's an automatic extension of the women in Manipur. I mean, they have always been in the forefront, and we have we all the guys have been always been blamed by the media, everybody outside the state that you're always at the back, and
Is
I
it
don't know.
true?
Yeah, in any agitation in Manipur, you can see that.
Yeah.
I also don't know how this happened, but I think it's the situation which makes people, yeah, the way people are. I mean, maybe it's the situation in Manipur which is, yeah, somehow, but yeah, but women have been very strong. Like in my family, I think my wife does everything. I don't do anything at all. But then when the big thing comes, when any decision is taken, any important decision is taken, I think it's taken by the women. I don't know. I mean, why it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think one of the most powerful things that the film was saying was about women literally as they are in society, but also metaphorically, because at the end of the film, in a film talking about the gun culture in Manipur, it's a woman who returns a man's bullets, really saying there's really should not be a place for gun and violence. And I think that was a very powerful thing to say, and a very poetic way to say it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that made for a really wonderful film. So thank you very, very much, Pavan, for giving us your time, and congratulations again for being in Berlin.
Thank you so much.